Muscles. They help us push, pull, and walk. But there are also invisible muscles we neglect, emotional muscles that help us get through life's ups and downs. The muscles behind our mental fitness also need attention. Download the free Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym app for practical and personalized tools to help you build your mental fitness anywhere, anytime.
Very good afternoon to you all from Sydney Harbour, a grey and not much wind Sydney Harbour. It's been raining most of today, and we've got an east-northeasterly breeze, but we've got plenty to unpick today. There's some exciting racing coming up, if it can be exciting in about an 8-knot breeze, but that's what we have. Hello, on behalf of Sale Media, Peter Shipway. Joining you, and along with Jimmy Bury, and we're delighted today to have Pat Langley, Mr. Vycobi, with us in the absence of Dolly, who's on long service leave, I believe. So it's good to have you, Pat, here, and we'll get to you in a moment. But we've got a Queen of the Waves day, and then we go into a club championship heat. So 2 races. We believe the Queen of the Waves, where each skiff will carry a queen aboard, and that's a 3-lapper, a short 3-lapper to a 3-buoy race, and then we go into a 2-lapper of for the club championship. But just while we've been out here, the breeze has gone way into the left. It went from east-northeast at about 060, and now it's around at about 030. We're looking at some yachts going up off Bradley's Head, but it's going to be a very tricky day. Lovely day here in Sydney yesterday, but it's far from it today. The rain has set in overnight, and it's been drizzling all day here. Lovely nor'easter on the harbour the last few days, but certainly a long way from that at the moment. The only good thing, I guess, is that there's not too much spectator or pleasure craft out on the harbour. As we say, good afternoon to Pat. Nice to have you with us, and not too much excitement as far as the breeze is concerned, is it?
No, there isn't, Shippers. No, and then thanks for having me, guys. Always a pleasure to come out and join the professional Sale Media team to cover the grade 18s. But you're right, Peter. We were sitting at the clubhouse earlier today, and rain and drizzle, and that that southerly that came through this morning has lingered all day, and only just now has this breeze filled down the harbour. So at least it's filling. It's obviously started in the east, and now it's filled in from the north, as you just mentioned. So still overcast conditions alike. It's going to be a tricky day.
Well, thanks, Pat. And Jimmy, we're the starting area, the committee boat's up to the north or northwest of Clark Island, but they may have to move with this breeze going round. As we say, good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Pete. Afternoon, viewers. Yeah, just as you're speaking, Pete, the start boat is just dropping anchor after moving, so they're just to the north of Clark Island. So I'd assume that the top marks will be sort of where the old, people may remember as a KFC mark on Sydney Harbour, which was the safe water mark. So the 3 top marks will be up around there, I think, somewhat for this first race of the Queen of the Waves in Sydney Harbour.
Thanks, Jimmy. Well, today's race partner is Gotcha for Life, and I'm sure most people have heard of Gotcha for Life, especially in Australia, but maybe not overseas. But what is Gotcha for Life Foundation? Well, Gotcha for Life is a health promotion charity focusing on the prevention of mental health challenges by inspiring and enabling people to build their mental fitness before they get to a crisis point. It was founded by Gus and Vicky Warland in 2017, and their ultimate vision is to a suicide-free world where no one worries alone. And last year, I had the opportunity to speak to Belinda Elworthy, the CEO of Gotcha for Life, and I think it's worth visiting what she had to say.
So Gotcha for Life is essentially a mental fitness charity. We're really committed to helping all Australians, but particularly our young ones, to learn how to build their mental fitness so we don't wait until we face a big challenge to start to really look after ourselves.
Is it mainly based around young people at this stage?
So we have a real focus on working with young people. We've been funding and working with kids in high schools for a very long time, but over the last couple of years we're now working in primary schools, and that's some really incredible work where we're starting to work with teachers and students and parents to help our very youngest understand that it's really important to build your emotional muscles just like your physical muscles.
And do you rely solely on donations?
Mostly. We get very little funding from the government. So giving from our corporate partners, philanthropy, or mums and dads and families, that's how we fund the work that we do. And that means that we can go into schools and not have to charge a fee at all. So we remove all the barriers to building that education.
And how did Gotcha for Life come about?
Yeah, so Gotcha, we're just about to turn 8 years old, and Gotcha for Life was started by an incredible friend of mine, Gus Warland, who you may know of. Gus lost someone, and he was really determined to never lose someone else who made that choice to take their own life, and he really believed that we could, teach and learn the skills to help us to be brave and reach out when we do face our darkest times.
And are you going to sail on Gotcha for Life today?
Not today, but I have to say I have already. So I was here for the Queen of the Harbour race, and we spent a bit of time. We capsized, so it was my first time capsizing. Today I'll be on the spectator boat, so enjoying it in a much more relaxed fashion.
Well, thank you for all you do. It's a wonderful charity, and I hope everyone can get behind you and support it. So thanks, Belinda.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The message is still very much the same, and the question, of course, is how people can get involved with Gotcha for Life. They rely purely on donations, which is so important to help them fund the work that they do. People can scan the QR code that you'll see on your screen there. That's on the live stream that we're doing today on the harbour to donate to the support Gotcha for Life to build a mentality fit future. So it's a wonderful charity. So please, if you can, see your way clear to scan that QR code and give where you can. Now, Pat, I think you've got a bit more to add as well.
Well, yeah, look, I've been fortunate to have just been involved and be part of the Gotcha for Life program through various sponsorships that I've been able to have the privilege of doing. And, Gus and Vicky set this up 9 years ago, and the development of this program over the 9 years has been incredible, but it really, you talk to Gus, every dollar that gets put back into this program makes a difference. Like every dollar will allow another program to go to some regional part of Australia to talk to kids who really need it. And I tell you, one of the really amazing things that I've just loved seeing develop has been the Mental Fitness Gym app. Now that's free to anybody to access 24/7, and it's all about developing that emotional muscle, that social connection, confidence in asking for help. So to me, this is something that's benefiting the whole, Australians, and obviously, internationally people can access this as well. So, once again, we'll get the QR code back up, but if you go to gotchaforlife.org/donate, really, if you're looking at donating some money, this is one of the charities that makes a difference. So really, and one other thing I was going to say was, Shaw and Partners Financial Services, Earl Evans has been a huge supporter of Gus and the Gotcha for Life, and it's through his support that has obviously brought the connection to the 18-foot skiff. So a shout out to Earl for his big support for Gotcha for Life.
Yes, a wonderful charity, and give if you can, please. Well, if you've just joined us, we're back on a grey, overcast and a very quiet Sydney Harbour. The breeze has gone from the southeast to the east to the northeast, and looking up the course, it's back in the north now, and we're just trying to get a course set down, which is not going to be easy. It's a big sail breeze. It's lucky to be 7 or 8 knots. We've got 2 scheduled races today, the Queen of the Waves, each skiff carrying a lady aboard, and then they'll be taken ashore, and then we're going to have a club championship heat. But could be a long day in these light conditions, and we might go through some rather significant crew changes. We thought we might get racing underway shortly, but at the moment it doesn't look like it. They haven't even got a course set. We believe it's going to be a 3-buoy for the Queen of the Waves, and then we come back for a 2-lap-up club championship heat. So we might just talk about some of the changes, Pat. We're going to delay that a little bit, but I think significant changes. The big news is that Yandu is going to be skippered by Herman Winning today, and the word is that he could be on for the rest of the season, including the JJs. So he's along with Fang Warren and Louis Brake, that championship crew from the last couple of years. Joel Biechel is steering Black Knight, the German boat, today. A famous name in 18-foot skiff racing. And another famous name in 18-foot skiff racing, Trent Barnabas, in the crew, along with Andy Martin, one of the regular crews of Black Knight. So a Beechel and Barnabas combination, that's pretty potent. Jordan Gertis comes aboard the Killer Coffee as the helmsman. I believe Jordan will be steering for the remainder of the season also. We've got Jack McCartney skippering Balmain today, along with Tom Grimes and Lockie Pryor. Henry Larkin still enjoying the ski slopes of Europe, we believe. He's back next week, but Jack McCartney, a former championship skipper, he comes aboard Balmain. Simon Nern is skippering the 18-footer bar and restaurant today in place of Luca Gambacorti. Dan Phillips, another veteran and a well-known name. He joins Keegan York and Tom Anderson aboard Shaw and Partners. And Lazarus Capital, Flynn Toomey joins Tom Koenig and Mark Chapon there. And talking of Lazarus Capitals, I'd like to send a big cheerio to Tim Westwood, one of the full-time crew on Lazarus. He hasn't been in the best of health lately, but if you're watching, Tim, we do send our very best from everyone, certainly on the Sail Media team and certainly all your sailing friends, because I know you've had a bit of a rough road lately, but hopefully you'll be back on board Lazarus Capital Partners very soon, and we wish you all the very best. And some news out of last week in that very strong southerly that we saw that outstanding win to GC Sails. Yandu retired, and we didn't know at the time why they retired, but Mick Lane, the skipper, suffered a very serious injury when he broke his heel, or smashed some bones in his heel, and when he came off the wing and smashed his heel into the hull of Yandu, and it was a very serious injury. So we do wish Mick Lane well, but could be his season over, I think, through the extent of his injury. So that's what happened to Yandu last week when they were in a very significant position and challenging GC Sails. But that's the list of the injuries and the crew changes, so there's plenty to talk about, but the breeze is still very light. It's in the nor'east more now. The forecast today, Pat, overnight was a nor'easter of 15 to 20 knots, but maybe it'll get there, but at the moment it's only about 8 knots.
Well, if it does eventuate, it's playing it well to give the Queen of the Waves participants just a nice friendly sail today on the 18s. But yeah, let's see. Hey, it certainly has taken a while for the breeze to come in. It was forecast to build from an earlier time period today. So yeah, it's still pretty light, as you can see on the harbour. But look, they're on the wire. They're 3-stringing, and look, sailing 4-up is another thing, for the Queen of the Waves we should talk about. Having done it myself once, it's quite an art to sailing 4-up on these boats. Your timing has to be pretty on. You've got to send the people through at different times, and to execute a smooth tack of jibe does take a bit of effort.
It is tricky, that's for sure. Well, if you've just joined us on Sydney Harbour, it's Peter Shipworth, Pat Langley and Jimmy Bury, and we're waiting for the start of the Queen of the Waves for 2026. Each skiff have got 4 up, as Pat was saying. It's squeezy on board. All skiffs on their big rigs in this light nor'easterly breeze. It looks as though it could strengthen a little bit. It's overcast sky. The drizzle has stopped for the moment, but there's not much traffic on the harbour. There's the ferries, of course, but there's not too many pleasure crafts out. If they are probably at anchor, if they are out, because it's that sort of drizzly old dreary day. And what do we got in the tide, Jimmy, please?
Tide's running out at the moment. Tide changed about an hour and a bit ago, and it's only about 1 metre of water to run out today, Pete. So gets down to, I think, a 0.5 is the tide in the end of the day. Yeah. Yep, it's 7:40 tonight.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. Well, we've got a mass of people coming in on the chat show, and probably too many to mention, but wonderful to have you all with us. All the regulars are back. Malcolm Robertson, bright and sunny in North Thailand. Well, good luck to you. Someone's watching from a damp Triabunna in Tasmania. That's Phil Atkinson. Hello to you, Phil. Ian Barnard back again. Yep, all big rig day, that is for sure. Now, Dort at Sunshine. G'day, watching from Dubai for a change. Well, you get around. Nice to have you with us. Greg's son's there, snow somewhere. Minus 23 in Canada today. Pat, there you go. Pete Shire is there. Minus 23 in Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
He might need some Vicombe thermals, perhaps.
Oh, we can definitely sort them out.
And Yankee Express, lots of snow in northeastern USA. Someone else watching from Thailand. Greg's son. I think the Barnabas are watching from Queensland. Hello to you, Trev. We've got a Barnabas racing today and Trent on the Black Knight, as we mentioned earlier. So Nipper Henderson back again. Got it on you, Nipper. Pete Faminga's there. Ian Barnard. Thank you all. Very much appreciate all your comments, and thank you very much for watching Stephen Spruce. So there we are. We're waiting for the start. It's a dreary old day. Not much wind. There's Shaw and Partners with Keegan York. Dan Phillips, I mentioned, on board. And there we've got Rachel Ward racing on Shaw and Partners. I don't think it's the actress, is it, Pat?
Well, look, I
knows?
cannot confirm or deny that, so we are going to find out later on. But, look, I'm sure Rachel's going to have a great time there today. And just noticeable, Dan Phillips is filling in today on the Shaw and Partners with Keegan. I do believe that Max Paul will be sailing from next week and all the way through until the end of the JJs. So that will definitely give, I think, Shaw and Partners that consistency that they need with their combinations to really, make a good solid push through to the JJs. But actually, I was just going to say, talking about the online, the great online chat that happens every week, but there could be some discussion today about, with John Winning Jr. making a comeback, Herman steering the Yandu, and you believe that's a permanent decision.
Well, I think it could be. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the intention, I believe.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, Tom Needham is pretty handy, so obviously he's got his Sale GP commitments, but let's see what happens today.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some handy replacements, but unfortunately Mika Lane not available with that serious injury last week. So all the best to you, Mika, and also Mike McKenzie as well, and Tim Westwood. Some boys not going through the best of health at the moment, but we wish you all to a very speedy recovery and back on the water as soon as you can. But it's a quiet old day on the harbour. A good day for the Queens, I guess, because it's not wet and wild like we've had some wet and wild days, that is for sure. And there's the starting boat. We've got a 6/3 signals, Jimmy, so we've got a 3-buoy race. But it's there's handicaps involved, aren't there? Because there'll be 3 coloured buoys. Some will go to the longest mark, some to the middle, and some to the shortest.
There's handicaps up on screen now
there we
for
go. Okay.
Shippo. And
So the red is the furthest, the white is the middle, and the blue is the closest.
Yep.
So if you get... Sorry, Jimmy, go.
The starters set a 0.6 nautical mile work with on a bearing of 035. So
yes.
Nice, short, sweet.
Left of northeast, but it's a funny day, Pat, isn't it?
Well, it is. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of corners, I guess, with the short course, 3 laps. So I think crew work's going to play its part. But just as we're talking, it looks like we've got some action on the race committee vessel, which is great. We do have a start line set. We've got the top marks in position, obviously with the mark set bot mark system that we use here, which can be moved. But I think now we've actually got a pretty nice little racetrack looking at this, Peter.
Well, we're trying to see if we can find the kitchen maker, because our early indications were that there were going to be 3 girls sailing with 1 male. We don't know who the male is, but we believe that Maddie McClay, Chelsea Williams and Paige Caldecott are the 3 girls aboard the kitchen maker. So there they are. There's the kitchen maker. And we still can't tell who the male is.
Well, they're a very handy combination.
Absolutely.
All those sailors have done the Olympic programs, in various fleets, from Ilkas to 49 FXs, etc. So I'll be pretty keen to see how they go out there.
Well, it's a good day to test out, because not much wind, there's not much traffic on the harbour. It's fairly light. It's 6 to 7 knots here at the starting area. And we're just looking at the kitchen maker. Another famous name On Club Marine, the name of Spithill, Katie Spithill. She's along with Emma Rankin, who's steering, Jed Cruikshank and Brandon Bayek. So
Well,
Katie, a very good sailor, and certainly in her own right.
Well, the question will be, will Katie steer today for this race? Katie, obviously, she's a former world match racing champion. She's highly accomplished herself, obviously part of the Spithill family with brother Tom and brother James. So great to see Katie out here. I saw her husband Grantley and Henry and Chloe, their kids, here cheering her on. So it'll be great to see how the Club Marine boat goes, along with the kitchen maker today. Absolutely.
Well, before we get underway, we might mention the queens we've got on board, and hope if you're watching, relatives, friends, you enjoy it. It's going to be a good sort of race. I think it's going to be a light air race and plenty of time for the crews to settle in and not too wet and wild for the queen. So we've got Bridget Conrad aboard the 18-footer bar and restaurant, Millie Bennett with Ballard Properties with Beck Hancock steering, Balmain have Madison Howarth, Katie Spittle, as we mentioned, on Club Marine, Jenna Searle on Fisher Paykel. On Gotcha for Life, we have Carolina. I don't know Carolina's surname. Helene Carmoni on Lazarus, Heidi Ferguson on Rag and Famish, Rachel Ward on Shore and Partners, Jade Voy on Sixt, Mandy Urquhart on Smeg, Janine Grable on the Killer Coffee. The kitchen maker, well, they've got three queens aboard, Maddie McClay, Chelsea Williams and Paige Caldecott. Amity Dent aboard the Royal Oak, Emma Collins on Vycobi. Yandu has Chloe on board. I think she's a French 420 or 470 sailor.
Very handy.
Yeah. And Black Knight, which is being skippered by Joel Beashall, has Anna Bath. So that's the list we were given when we left the dock, and so they're out here at the moment just waiting for course numbers, starting numbers to go out, and the breeze is just fresh and just that tickle, probably 7 or 8 knots. We see a few of the skiffs running back downwind. Everyone's back behind the start line except 2, Jimmy, which is a surprise. This year we've had a lot of boats being caught upwind and absolutely missed the start, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been, well, last week, speaking to a few of the teams, Shippo, was a combination of a boat capsized in the getting out of Double Bay and a dead low tide, which is near impossible to launch a boat in Double Bay. So, kudos for them to doing their best to get out there. But, yeah, the only boat above the start line currently is young Emma Rankin on the Club Marine, who is absolutely having a stellar of a year, Pat.
Isn't she just? You know, I had a catch up with Emma last week. She dropped into work, and just the confidence that they're getting in that team now. She's getting a lot more confidence in their rig selection. They have had a lead issue. She identified an issue with their small rig, with the heel angle. They weren't getting that right. They've spent some time to fix that in the last week, just to get that small rig set up going, because they obviously revert to that that reef configuration quite regularly, but they're getting more confidence now to run that big rig, and that running that big rig uprange, how to sail it, and really cool to see. Just as the and by the way, we just noticed Emma is on the she is helming at the moment. So actually, no, I can see Emma to leeward. I think Katie is steering. So. That's great to see. But some other notables too, shippers. You just mentioned Heidi Ferguson. She's sailing on the Rag and Famish. She's a very handy 29er sailor, and also in the CYCA match race program. And Millie Bennett also, she's from the RPAYC youth program originally many years ago, but also a very handy sailor. So great to see some of these really great female sailors out there. And we've just got confirmation that Emma Rankin is steering the Club Marine, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, we're in starter's hands with 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes to go on the Queen of the Waves for 2026 on a grey old Sydney Harbour. Breeze about 7 or 8 knots on a 3-lap course. Short windward legs. What was the distance, Jimmy? 0.6?
0.6 of 0.35 degrees.
Okay, short and sharp, 3-buoy race. So some go to the furthest, some to the middle, and some to the shortest. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And it's not a day that you'd expect anyone to capsize in this amount of breeze, but don't forget they've got 4 people in the boat, which makes it a bit squeezy with 3.5 to go. And the start line is looks pretty good, I think, Pat, looking through from where we are.
Look, it does, yeah. I guess from here they're going to obviously have to avoid that hole that looks off Bradley's head. So I think they're going to have some real decisions to make very early on as to where to go. There might be some guys looking to hit some of this right-hand pressure that's coming out of the Shark Island side. So
there's a bit looking up towards the heads in Watson's Bay. Looks a bit more pressure rolling down, doesn't it?
Sure
Just
does.
a knot or two. So we could have plenty of action, which we didn't look possible a half an hour ago when we came out here. It was lucky to be 5 knots, but we're probably getting close to 7 or 8 and maybe even more with about 2 minutes 45 to go in the Queen of the Waves for 2026. Don't forget, after this race, the girls will leave.
Can't quite describe that emotion? Finally, there's a word for it. And at the Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym, there's a workout for it too. Download the app for free today.
Don't forget our race partner today, that wonderful charity, Gotcha for Life. So 2 minutes just over to go, and they're all behind the starting line. Oh, except one. But who's that up there? Fisher Paykel, is it, I think?
It is, yes.
Okay, well, he's going back. Brett Van Munster. So probably for the first time this year, everyone's behind the starting line with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I can see everybody's certainly, I would appear to be taking a very conservative approach. Everyone's setting up at the windward end, or more than 60% of the fleet are. And so I'm envisaging a few conservative starts, but hey, who doesn't want to win the Queen of the Waves?
So what's the in term? Protect the assets, is it? We've got to protect the assets these days.
And don't forget, for the viewers at home, we've got the tracker. There's the link. I know there's going to be a lot of QR links go up today, but here's the QR link for the live tracker, which gives the live leaderboard and all the boat information, speeds, angles, tech heads, heaven.
Fantastic.
So what are you saying, Jimmy? They turn the sound down and use that, do they?
Well,
For better experience.
depends if Dolly's here or not.
Yeah.
But on Gotcha for Life, Pat, I believe Gus and Vicky packed up bags and moved to England to further spread the word of Gotcha for Life over there too, right?
Yeah, that is correct. And Gus has got, we're into obviously 49 seconds here, but Gus has got a lot of connections in the UK, and so, yeah, I think they also want to expand it. And I think there's also an element of trying to get some more funding as well. It's a great charity. It can have a global benefit. But just coming quickly here, shippers, this breeze just increasing right on the start here.
Yep. Yes, it is. Looking upwind, there's a yacht's fairly well heeled, a couple of yachts now, but we've got about 20 seconds to the start, and everyone's sort of behaving themselves. With 15 seconds to go. Right at the committee boat's going to be Smeg and Club Marine, and then a bit further back we've got the Killer Coffee. He had a couple of doses of coffee today, the Killer Coffee boys.
Sure, Partner's just sheeting on, looking pretty good here.
We're ready to go. I think we're going to be clean. Nice Royal Oak, a nice start. We're away. Smeg got the start at the committee boat. That's Ash Rooklin, Steve Thomas on board today with Niall Morrow. Mandy Urquhart's the Queen. 3 on trapeze, 1 sitting in. All skiffs with 4 crew.
A nice breeze here, just on cue here. The breeze has come in, so...
Smeg jumped away nicely. The Killer Coffee couldn't get a lane there. They've got to bail out. Jordan Gerder sailing Killer Coffee with Max Voss and Nick Rosenhaus. And Janine Grable, the Queen there. There they go across on port. They're the first to go out on port. And we're away to Bradley's, and it's a short leg, only 0.6 of them, nautical mile. Some boats go further, some go shorter.
And just to add a little bit more, there seems to be some good Wallara dinghy sailing right up where our top marks are. So,
oh well, thread the needle.
Thread the needle through here, but we've got 6 just clearing their air here with Jade Voy on board. So just going to go and hit the right. Not a bad move. It looks like a bit of pressure over to the right-hand side.
So this will be a really interesting race because all these boats going to different marks. So things will become very Interesting once they round the respective weather marks. Places change quite dramatically. But there's Lazarus, Tom Koenig, who's been sailing exceptionally well in the last few weeks. He likes this light air. He's got Flynn Toomey with him today and Mark Chapon.
And Vycobi actually has got a nice lane there, up just the windward there.
Yeah, that Manly Ferry's just getting round in front of the fleet.
Right.
Which is great. And you can see the bit streaks of the wind coming down in the north-northeast. And Lazarus sort of leading this group out towards Bradley's. Looks now whether he can come back or not, that's up to windward is Shaw and Partners. And the boat there with no sail insignia.
That's the
is the
Black
Black
Knight.
Knight. Joel Beashel steering with Trent Barnabas and Andy Martin. Keep your eye on this boat.
So Andy Martin, he's from, he's a regular bowman for the Black Knight, who's living here in Australia preparing the boat for the JJs.
And they've been very impressive when the crew were here a few weeks ago, but here's the race to Bradley's. Lazarus looks a bit locked in. I don't think...
We do have a boat just getting in the way here.
Oh, yeah, there's our first idiot. Doesn't take long, does it? Doesn't take long. Yandu Tax. So they're behind the Black Knight, Shaw and Partners and Lazarus. But first boat wins the race to Bradley's is Shaw and Partners, Keegan York.
Yeah, Lazarus just waiting for Keegan to tack, but I think he's going to have to concede.
He'll take no prisoners, Keegan.
Yeah,
he'll punch his lights out right to the point. Now Shaw and Partners got a problem with the Black Knight here.
He's going to have to take
take the stern here. And out in the middle, Balmain with Jack McCartney. Okay.
Just looking at Lazarus, shippers. I believe we're 5 up on that boat.
5 up, okay, that's interesting. They might need it as breeze is starting to peak up here with Nelly hitting 10 knots off Bradley's.
Excellent. So just off here at Bradley's, the Black Knight looking pretty good with Joel Beashel.
Yeah, got 3 on the wire and 1 on the wing.
They might have all overlaid here, Pete, looking at it. Like there's the marks just here, just off Shark Island.
Right, it's a short work. So we've just got to look at who's leading and who's doing what, because our friends on Balmain, they go to the furthest mark, as do Yandu and the Black Knight. So there's only 3 boats go to the furthest mark the first time, which is Balmain, Yandu and Black Knight. So keep your eye on them. And Vycobi, just for you, Pat.
I think we're looking good here.
I think they are looking very good. Oh, they're pulling it out for the sponsor. They go to the blue mark. They go to the closest mark.
So he could be almost laying here.
Well, if they're laying, they're leading.
And then I might tell you with the motivation, the queen of the wave on board the Vycobi today is none other than Kirk's girlfriend, Emma.
Yes, he told me that. He said, I hope we're talking at the end of it. So Vycobi will lead. They will go to the closest mark. I think they're on a ley line here. Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson and Daniel Barnett, along with Emma Collins.
Here they go. Just tacking and rounding. Obviously, they're hard to tack with four on board. So
Port rounding, and they're on their way. Vycobi leads, the Queen of the Waves for 2026. Now, second's going to be, we've got to work this all out. Who's that next boat here? Smeg. They go to the middle. Oh. Blue marks. Sorry, they're around
just
blue.
Just coming on screen now.
They went to the blue one anyway.
Yeah, they're right. Now, at Balmain, they are the first to the furthest mark. They're around. Jack McCartney steering today. And then Shaw and Partners, whereas Keegan goes, he's going to the white, he's going to middle.
We've got Yandu coming up to the distance mark as well.
There's boats going everywhere. There are boats going absolutely everywhere here. We'll try and sort it out as they get down the run. That's Black Knight and Yandu have gone to the furthest mark. Yandu leads around the Black Knight, but at the furthest mark, Balmain led that group. But there's a lot of going around the short mark and the middle mark. But the race leader, as we go downwind for the first time, is Vycobi, and the breeze is up. Breeze is up 10 or 11 knots from the northeast. Well, it's forecast 15 to 20 knots. It may get there. So we're away downwind. Vycobi leads.
Well, I tell you what, it was a bit confusing at the top mark there. Three marks very close together.
Confusing for the commentators. Confusing.
But it will be clear at the bottom mark. So let's see.
They all go to the same bottom mark. But again, another 2 beats to windward. So it's Vycobi and Smeg are the 2 leaders. Smeg have Steve Thomas with Niall Morrow and Ash Rooklyn. Mandy Urquhart is the queen there. It's quite a light run now. The breeze hasn't got down to the fleet as yet. And a lot of fleet behind the leaders to take a bit of the pressure away from the wind.
I think there's a few boats down here, Peter, that might have overlaid Balmain in particular. They will need to get their jibe in.
Yes, Jack McCartney the furthest out to the right, looking downwind. Hello to the bunch of pirates at the CYCA bar, led by Captain Silver himself, Donald Graham, all enjoying a cold lemonade. A regular viewers to the Sail Media program, so hello to you guys. Don't have too many lemonades there, but we're watching Balmain at the moment with Jack McCartney steering, but approaching the leeward mark, the leeward gate for the first time. We've got Vycobi going around.
Dan Barnett just pulling the spinning green there.
Good drop, nice drop. And right about 3 boat lengths behind is Smeg, Ash Rooklyn, then the 18-footer bar and restaurant with Simon Nern steering with Nick Livermore, Max Herkovics and Bridget Conrad. They will be, if they get the spinnaker down, they will be third around. And the breeze starting to pipe up here. Some boats have overlaid this mark, Yandu being one of them. But the 18-footer bar and restaurant around with a problem. Spinnaker not coming down as it should. And Club Marine have gone to the left-hand gate. So the order is Vycobi, Smeg, 18-footer bar and restaurant, Shore and Partners, Balmain, Royal Oak, 6th.
And Club Marine was just in there, Shippers.
Yeah, he was there somewhere. They're charging down to this gate. It's a very short course. And we're off again on the second of 3 beats. And again, they go to different marks up at the weather mark position, 3 marks position. There's the Black Knight still to go round.
There's a bit tight there between Fisher and Pykle.
It's game on here at the leeward gate.
There we
Fisher
go.
Pykle's hooked up on the leeward wing of...
Oh, not good.
Not good. There's a bit of yelling. Now, that boat in the foreground is Papaquity. Pap Equity.
Brett Van Munster not impressed.
Not happy.
Telling him, asking him.
We don't have any information on this boat. It's a promotional boat, we believe, for a movie that's being made. But anyway, they're clear now. Brett Van Munster.
That has... all I've got is Victoria Berger, which is Michael Kennedy. Charlie Gundy and Queen is Noose. So
that's all we can give you.
That's all I got.
That's all we've got. Well, so they're all around and they're all on their way up on the second beat.
Creating some good footage for the film, perhaps.
And the rain's coming back and the wind is coming back. The breeze now quite firmly in the northeast.
We've got one boat capsized.
Oh, we have a capsized, do we?
I've been trying to figure out who it is for the viewers.
Is it the Royal Oak? Have we seen them, Jimmy?
Royal Oak are going up
they're
here
okay.
in front of us.
So they're good. The Royal Oak with Hugo Stoner. He's good. So we're missing one upside down, or capsized.
Okay, shall we talk about the top mark? Just while Shipper's trying to work out who's in the tide, should we work out top marks here again? So I've got Vycobi going to the white middle marker, and there we go on the screen.
Correct. That's
then we've
correct.
got Smeg also going to the white marker.
That is correct, yep.
We've got the top 2 all going to the same mark, and then the Royal Oak would be going to the blue mark. So
well, they're in the hunt. Balmain are going to the furthest mark. Shore and Partners to the middle mark.
And 18-footers bar and grill going to the blue mark.
And there's that boat just coming out as the kitchen maker.
The kitchen maker, yeah.
Oh,
Pete.
mate, now we believe they had 3 girls aboard, so they've taken an early capsize and win the first capsize of the day prize. Well, it's all happening out here. It is fast, it is furious. The breeze is about 10 knots from the northeast. Queen of the Waves for 2026. And here is the race leader, Vycobi.
He's got a nice lead there.
He has. He's jumped away very nicely. Smegs about 15 seconds astern there. The 2 leaders both going to the middle mark of the 3. And those marks are quite close together.
And Club Marine has made a good gain out of that right-hand side of the course on that beat. To my eye, they're now in 3rd place. So
Well, Katie Spindle's aboard. Is she steering? Have we got a confirmation on that? We're just trying to know.
Looks like Emma.
It looks like Emma Rankin is steering. They are firmly in 3rd spot, and they go to the middle mark also. So Vycobi now, there they are on screen, not quite laying the middle mark. I think there'll be 1 tacking in, and that's good. Nice positioning there from Vycobi.
As you can see, they've laid our marks smack bang in the middle of Wallara's racecourse. So
Yeah. Okay,
makes for
Vycobi,
a
a
bit of
nice
fun.
lay line there. They're tacking, port rounding.
oh, there we go. Bit of a-
Oh, you just see that 4th hand's probably making things a little bit awkward in the tack. The rain's starting to come down again on the harbour, but Kirk Mitchell leads. I suppose his girlfriend's still talking to him at the moment, Pat, but we'll see what happens at the end of the day as Smeg about to go round in 2nd spot. Set on Vycobi. Down they go.
And there's Smeg just doing a similar rounding to Vycobi, obviously tacking on the
Now,
top mark.
they've jumped away a little bit, these 2. And Smeg, Club Marine will be 3rd. And there's boats going everywhere here. We've got OK dinghies, we've got Puffin Pacers, we've got
B14s.
B14s.
So just behind Club Marine.
Here's a go here with Club Marine and this. Oh dear, oh dear.
Put your helm up, mate. There we go.
Just missed. Okay.
Okay,
So
all
Club
right.
Marine's around 3rd.
Oh.
Shore and Partners will be 4th. They've got problems here with this skiff. Right in the mix here now. Balmain are going to the furthest mark. They'll be next around in tandem with Shore and Partners, mate, going to both the different marks. So Jack McCartney on Balmain, Shore and Partners, Keegan York's around. That's the battle for 4th. And the breeze, you can see, is up. They're getting a good run down to the leeward gate. And then taking the early mark was Hugo Stoner in the Royal Oak. So Royal Oak is 4th.
And I just saw Simon Nern on the 18-footers. He had a very good one too. He managed to get around there.
He's around.
He's in 3rd.
6th around. So Rag and Famish
stuck there.
all chicken winged up at the mark. That's Ben Crawford, Ryan Ewings, Max Nern, Heidi Ferguson. Royal Oak can't get their Spinnaker up as yet. No Spinnaker on the Royal Oak. And Vycobi leads on the run down to the gate. They've got 1 more windward beat and 1 run to the finish. Here's Shore and Partners getting a nice run down.
We've got a ferry just managing to change course, so I think we're going to be okay here on the Manly ferry, which is fortunate.
And Vycobi has opened up a nice break here. So ferry will bisect between Vycobi and Smeg. There's the ferry bound for Circular Quay, but Vycobi approaching the leeward gate for the last time. 1 beat remains and Vycobi will go back up to the middle mark. So advantage Vycobi. Smeg 2nd, they also go to the middle mark the final time up. So Vycobi doing it pretty nicely.
Pretty conservative. Spinnaker dropped by the boys there, but they got a pretty handy lead. I noticed that Smeg's opting to go
to the other gate. Yep.
Oh,
Smeg's in trouble. They're
Smeg's
over.
in trouble. They're out.
They're over. Oh, there's another boat behind them over. Club Marine, sorry, who was that?
18-footers behind.
18-footers over. Oh, two at the one time. Oh, there's one up, wind two. Is that Rag and Famish, I think? It's capsized up there.
That's that
that prop empty. Sorry. Rag and Famish fams there. Good. So that has really opened the gate now for Vycobi.
So
Club Marine will be second. Smeg capsized. 18-footers capsized. So
That'll have to come every week, Shippo.
Well, let's just see how we go in race 2. But great drop there by Club Marine. But Balmain just coming in here now. They're just jiving. So we've got Vycobi first. Club Marine in a clear second, and looks like
Shore and Partners will be third. Going to the right-hand gate, then Balmain 4.
Yeah.
Don't forget, with Henry Larkins enjoying the ski slopes of Europe, Jack McCartney steering Balmain with Tom Grimes and Lockie Pryor, and Madison Howarth is the queen there, and Shore and Partners going upwind with the Spinnaker up. That's not recommended. They're trying to get it, wrestle it down into the boat, but
I think Keegan's... Oh, no, Rachel's jumped out on wire, so that's Tom buried under there somewhere.
Well, meanwhile, Vycobi's off to Bradley's, one tack it in really now. Fisher Paykel next to come round. He's made a good comeback. Brett Van Munster. 6 going to the left-hand gate. Behind them is the Killer Coffee, then Rag and Famish, then Yandu. Lazarus is there behind Rag and Famish.
Ballard Properties just coming to this mark here. Beck Hancock steering there. One of the 2 female helms in the fleet.
Yep, Beck's around now. And there's a bit of a kerfuffle at the left-hand gate. Lazarus going round, and Yandu is capsized, I think.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, and over. They're over. Yandu, so it's a bit of a graveyard down here, surprisingly.
Well, the breeze has picked up, Pete, and I think it might have just caught a few people unaware, like on the jibe particularly is where the new line has hit them, and you sort of get in a mode of going through the boat at a certain speed, and if the breeze picks up and it hits you right on a jibe and you're at your slowest speed, that's what happens.
It can be fatal.
Yeah, definite spike in the breeze here, guys. It's we've definitely seen an increase by 4 or 5 knots just in a short space of time.
So we've got about 11 or 12 knots here on the final beat, and Vycobi leads. Approaching the weather mark for the final time, or marks, I should say. There's 3 of them. Boats have got to go to different marks, but Vycobi this time will go to the middle mark, the white mark. So a strong advantage Vycobi with Smeg capsizing. Don't forget, all skiffs have got 4 crew on board. Oh, this is a nice lead to Vycobi now, Pat.
Yeah, that's right. They're not far off the ley line. They've only got to do a short tack to lay up to the white.
Gee, the sponsors will be happy on this, with this event.
We always love a win. Why not?
Don't speak too soon.
That's true. We've still got a bit more pressure this run. Anything can happen.
So they're approaching, they're about 30 metres from the weather turning mark, which is the middle mark.
Bit more pressure up here, shippers. We're seeing sort of in the 14 knots in some of this pressure line, I think.
Yeah, you can see the wind there on the overhead shot from our drone. Not far off attack. They go to that middle mark, the lower of the 2. Standing by now, Kirk Mitchell, around he goes. And the good breeze to run home in. A significant gap they've opened up.
There's Emma Collins. She's looking pretty happy there. Happy they laid the top mark.
Okay, they're around. Nice, easy lay line there. So they're around and on their way home. Vycobi leads in the Queen of the Waves. Team going in to set the Spinnaker. Second will be Club Marine, who go to the
white mark,
middle mark also.
Yep.
Okay, good set. Sheeting on now. Well done. Club Marine still not a long way from their turning mark, so this is a very big lead to Vycobi. Shore and Partners and Balmain duking it out for third. Here's the overhead of Vycobi. Plenty of pressure. What a great run to the finish.
this increase in breeze, they're going to have to pick their lay lines a bit differently than they did on the first 2 runs.
Well, they're going to be a bit conservative. They've got plenty up their sleeve here now.
Here we go. Looks like they're going in for one now.
Oh, hang on, boys and girls. Not over yet.
Nicely done, Dan Barnett, Andrew Stevenson sailing with Kirk Mitchell and Emma Collins as the queen this year. But they kept the mast pointing to the sky, most important thing.
That's the main thing. Oh, there's another boat capsized. I don't know who that is, but
I think
anyway.
that's still that same.
Is it? Club Marine are around in 2nd spot. Shore and Partners will be 3rd and Balmain 4th. But we're watching all eyes on Vicombe as they run to the finish. I think they've still got one jibe. Oh, they may get down to the finish. They're in good pressure. Yep, they're laying down to the finishing boat. At the moment, just going to get...
Emma's loving the spray, isn't she?
Looking backwards.
I think they may have to get one more jibe in here.
Yeah, they're pretty tight on it here. They might just want it in, I think. Oh, there's a good puff coming down in a minute. This might get their bow down. Here they go. Look forward, Emma. You've got to look at the finishing gun. Fantastic.
Oh, there we go. Nice puff of breeze. It's going to get them down just nicely. Yeah.
So Vicombe takes the queen of the waves.
Oh, you've got to be happy about that, Emma.
Right through the middle of the finishing line. Vicombe first. Emma Collins with Dan Barnett, Andrew Stevenson, and Kirk Mitchell. Well, Kirk said, I hope they're talking after the race. I'm sure they're... Settle down.
One done.
One done. Great win.
They're very good to see. All right, now Club Marine also making their final approach to the finish here.
Okay, Queen of the Waves.
But Emma Rankin with Katie Spittle on board. Looking a pretty solid second here.
Screaming round to the finish now.
They sure are.
They are flying. The breeze is up, fresh as we've seen it now. 12, 13 knots. All skiffs on their big sails. 4 in the boat with the Queen aboard. Club Marine will get second. Well, again, this boat keeps on keeping on with Emma Rankin, Jed Cruikshank, Brandon Bank and Katie Spittle. Club Marine second.
Yeah, well done, Club Marine. Great race. And here's a battle for third. Real tight battle. Balmain, Shore and Partners, and Killer Coffee
Killer
Company.
Coffee. Jordan Gertis at the helm of Killer Coffee's had a double dose of the Killer Coffee. He's done excellently well. I don't think that's good English, but he's done very well. Plenty of waves from the Queens.
Queens are having a ball out here.
Okay, it's going to be Balmain third. That's Jack McCartney, Tom Grimes, Lockie Pryor with Madison Howarth.
And Shore and Partners will be finishing in 4th place with Keegan York, Dan Phillips, Tom Anderson and Rachel Ward, who may or may not be the actress.
Haven't seen Brian Brown around, so it's probably not her, but anyway. Shore and Partners for Killer Coffee 5.
With Janine Graybell sailing with Jordan, Gertis, Max Voss and Nick as well. So, and looks like in 5th place we've got Fisher and Peichel, who've made a pretty good recovery after that little hook-up at the bottom mark.
So they'll be 6th. Rag and Famish 7. And then Lazarus at battling it out with
Gotcha for Life.
Gotcha for Life.
Oh, I'm just seeing Sotheby's Ballard Properties just has gone in, and that's the end of their Queen of the Harbour campaign, Queen of the Waves.
Well, Gotcha for Life, the lure to these two boats, the race day partner.
Bit short on the hoist on the Gotcha for Life, but hopefully the punters at home are a bit short on donating for the Gotcha for Life.
Absolutely, yes.
So Lazarus now with Mark Chapon and Flynn Toomey. They will be 8th, Lazarus. 9th will be Gotcha. Cade Morgan, Graham Fairburn and Isaac Marnie, along with Carolina, their queen for the day. So here they come now across Lazarus 8th, Gotcha 10th and 9th. And then who we got after that?
We've got the Royal Oak just sailing downwind without a spinnaker on at the moment. Coming through there at 9th. And then I can still see Yandu. Oh, actually, we've just got, right on the screen, we've got the code once again. This is where you can go to donate to today's race day partner, Gotcha for Life. So give some much needed help to help people get some mental health and some great support. And don't forget also to check out the Gotcha for Life mental fitness app, another great resource for everybody. This is the Royal Oak just coming downwind without a spinnaker.
He'll be 10th if he gets across the line. And then the only other boat afloat at the moment is Yandu.
Yeah, I've seen Black Knight heading back to Double Bay, Pete, so
Okay, well,
they
that's
had their
disappointing.
spinnaker up, so hopefully it's something minor that they can fix.
Well, they were using a Yandu spinnaker, so Yandu now running into the finish. We'll see them shortly, but Herman winning steering today. Fang Warren, Louis Brake, and Chloe is the girl. Now,
Well, a lot of these guys have got big rigs on at the moment, and it's certainly getting up range for big rig conditions in the pubs. Laying in here nicely, Peter. They're just laying the finish nicely here on the
yeah, well, they're
Yandu.
11th as Yandu.
They had a swim early on in the
Yeah.
race, so they've
Just having a bit of fun, I think, today in this Queen of the Waves. Well, as we await the start of the next race, which is a club championship heat.
There you go, Herman's just handed the helm over to get across the finish line.
Oh, in a ball of spray. Queen of the Waves for 2026, Vycobi is the winner, and the Queen is Emma Collins. Congratulations to that crew. Now, very good start. Came off Bradley's with good speed and kept on keeping on. Club Marine second, Balmain third, Shore and Partners fourth. A few boats still upside down, I think, are there?
Yeah, it's quite a few. The kitchen makers still
Trying to get up.
in the swimming position.
Oh, it's fresh now. You can see the white caps on the screen there.
and 18-footers just righting the boat at the moment up the course.
Right next to Ballard Properties.
Yes.
And then we've got another one capsized just like in the set zone, Pat, which...
I never saw Sixth out today.
No, what happened?
That's a good question.
I saw him out of the start, but I don't know.
That's Six floundering up near the top marks, just
that's-
trying to bear away.
Yep, you found him. That's it. So Six is on the course. Okay, so a few boats just gathering their themselves and getting themselves ready for the next race. I did note that Smeg didn't finish. They chose to not go through the finishing line, so they obviously didn't complete the full course.
So just while we're waiting for the start of the next race, when enable the girls to get off the boat, getting wind readings from the Western Channel pile on the harbour, we've got northeast 15, gusting 18. So the wind is up, and that was forecast actually, but it's gone right, almost not around the compass, but almost today. It started in a southerly, it got into the east and southeast and flitted around. There was nothing when we came out, but now we have got plenty of breeze, and it's going to be a big test with all these skiffs with their big rigs on.
And that's probably the start of their little rig, that sort of breeze strength, Pete. So,
Correct.
yeah, and obviously, as Pat alluded to earlier, trying to tack and jibe in these things with four people is hard enough, and then you throw in top end of the rig range, just adds to the
chaos.
death-defying chaos that they have to go through. But well done to all of the competitors and all the queens. I thought that was quite a good little show.
I think they did a great job. There was obviously, very short course, lots of mark roundings. Certainly everyone's going to go into this next race fully warmed up. I'm actually curious to see whether Emma Rankin decides to ask Katie Spittle to stay on board. She's certainly at the top end of the big rig for their crew weight, and I'm just wondering whether she might suggest to Katie that she could hang around for another one, but let's see.
Well, they're the course signals, two-lapper in the next race.
Can't quite describe that emotion? Finally, there's a word for it. And at the Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym, there's a workout for it too. Download the app for free today.
Well, while we'll wait for the crews to get back to their threes number, here comes 6 running downwind now. We thought we'd lost him, but he's just off Bradley's head, still coming back towards the starting area. The next race, there he is. The next race is a point score race, but it's also the club championship. So we might just have a look at the club championship point score before we move into the race. And there it is. Boy, Yandu's got a firm grip on this. That's the current point score with no drops. Yandu leads on 27. Balmain second with 51. Rag and Famish 62. Then 6th with 74, Smeg 85, Vycobi 86, Club Marine 90, Fisher Paykel 98, Kitchen Maker 107, and Shaw and Partners 112. So a clear lead to Yandu in the club championship. And we're waiting for a start in the next heat of the club championship. The breeze is 12, 13, 14 knots here at the starting area off Double Bay. It's a good old-fashioned nor'easter, but it's not a good old-fashioned sky. It's normally clear sky with white caps. It's a very overcast day. There's a little drizzle of rain, but there's breezes in, and there's plenty of it. And we're looking at a two-lapper. And we've got course distances yet, Jimmy?
Not as yet. I've just messaged Hugh to see what he can share with me. I know he'll be just trying to finish this race off for the Queen of the Waves. But yeah, it should be relatively straightforward. They're displaying course 1, which is the nor'east course, but 2 underneath it, representing 2 laps. So, and we'll have the tracker, a new link for the tracker that'll come up, and then there it is now. There. That's for the point score race. That's for your next race. So if you want that, and then we'll also have hopefully some live leaderboards up as well if all things go to plan.
Shippers, what's going on in the live chat?
Well, a question for Jimmy, and it's hello to our friends the Pellies from Hobart. Nice to have you as usual with us. Question, Jimmy, does the camera cat stay in the water or get transported out each week?
This particular one lives in the water all year round. Our smaller version of this, it lives on a trailer and transportable anywhere in Australia for any regattas that may be required to cover off. It's just a slightly smaller version of this one. When I say slightly smaller, like 1.5 meters smaller. So it's a lot of boat to be towing around, but happy to do so.
It's almost identical setup, isn't it?
Yeah, we tried to replicate it as much as possible, Pat. The only thing is the drone guys, we just cut them out. We shorten the cab, so we punt them right out in the rain, whether they
Perfect.
like it or not.
Where they deserve to be.
So, but yeah, no, it's just as capable as this vessel. So, but yeah, this one's our main workhorse, and this was the original one that was built for Sail Media.
Well, there's the winner in the first race today, the Queen of the Harbour, Vycobi. And as we see Vycobi, hello to Joy Brown from Bribie Island. Hello to you, Mrs. Brown. Thank you again for joining with us. Hi from North Queensland Sabo Association. We watch every race from Thomas Jordan. Nice to have you aboard, and let's hope some of your Sabo team can graduate one day into the 18-foot skiffs. Firstly at Brisbane, and then bring them down for the big series of races here on the harbour. You can see it's a grey, overcast day, waiting for the start of the Club Championship heat. There's the committee boat, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the famous Harbour Bridge in the background. There's Yandu, with Herman winning skippering today. And Mika Lane got quite severely injured last week, and hope he's on the road to recovery. And we're watching a capsize, which was the Royal Oak capsized just to windward of the starting line. So plenty of action. We've got another boat capsized. Jimmy,
there's another two. Ballard property's still capsized, sort of in line with sort of Taylor Point there. But there's another boat up near where the safe water bark is. It's capsized. It's a white, looks like a white hull.
Does, doesn't it?
But I can't make it out from here.
so just getting a bit of reconnaissance from a number of spies that I've got around the place.
Spies everywhere.
I can't tell you who they are. The Germans are coming back out. So
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
that's good news.
So, if you can get your spies to tell us what happened, even what did they?
Well, one thing at a time, dear.
What did they
Spy can
do,
only
sir?
do so much.
They've got to actually earn their keep, these spies.
Yeah.
But look, probably not a bad time to just talk about, I guess, the season and where we are in general. Here we are. We've got 2 more races left before the commencement of the JJs. Obviously, we have the Sail GP Sunday where there's no racing, but we are really getting into the real business end of the season, and we've seen some boats starting to show their form. GC Sails, good example after their performance last week. And, then we're obviously seeing injuries to people like, Mick and Lane. We've got the question mark over who actually will be steering the Yandu. We've got, obviously, Max Paul coming back on the Shaw partners. Will that give them some consistency? When then we've got the consistent teams that are out there all the time, the Lazarus, the Vicobes, the Club Marines, I put them in there. And then we've got our Australian champions, Balmain, obviously this week with Jack McCartney on the wood, but those guys have definitely put their hand up as a contender, and then let's not forget our German friends, that obviously the Black Knight with Heinrich and the boys, and obviously Andy Martin, who's been out here. We've really got a real selection. I can't yet decide who's
it's open, isn't it? Very open, for sure. But just added to that, I've got a preliminary list of entries for the JJs. As you mentioned, the Black Knight from Germany. From New Zealand, we've got another Shaw and Partners Financial Services, Eli Lifting, Sam Street and Josh Shon. They've been here before. They'll be formidable. Also from New Zealand is ASCC with Campbell Stanton, Ollie Gilmore and Pat Morgan. We've got also from New Zealand Akarana Eatery, Monty Alderson, Levi Jenkins and Harry Wilson. They'll be back. From the UK, we've got Bar Karate. Now, they're going to start in this next race, I believe. They're here today. Bar Karate. They've got Ian Turnbull, Rich Dobson and Lockie Dare.
My understanding is the helm's Ian Turnbull. He's done the JJs as a crew, I think, in 2005, 06 and 2012. A UK sailor now living in Hobart, so not as far to go.
Okay, then we've got, from Denmark, we've got Badnav the Vikings with Jesper Brodum, Holdnav Marvik and Badnav Marvik. The Marvik brothers. Holdnav and Badnav. Stick with me.
The Vikings.
The Badnav Vikings. Okay.
The AP.
Just AP signal going up, so we'll just keep talking here. And then from Germany, another German team, the Berlin Bears, with Philipp Nock, Marceli Mertz and Max Seidel. So we've got Germany, Denmark, UK, Australia, of course, New Zealand. And from Brisbane, we've had the GC Sails, as we mentioned. They were here, been here a couple of weeks and very prominent. Also, Bigfoot Bag and Covers, Dave Hayter. And there's another one from Brisbane, I believe. Brisbane 18footers are thereabouts somewhere. So you're right, Pat. I think there's no firm favourite, really. I mean, the past years, I think that there's been, one favourite that stood out and that's probably delivered in Yandu. But this year, it's been up and down a fair bit, hasn't it?
It sure has. No one's put their hand up to really say that they're going to be the dominant team. You obviously, at times, you see the combination on Yandu, in particular with Fang Warren and Lewis Brake always running the show there. They seem to be able to get some pretty handy helms to step in, and they always seem to be there. But you certainly, don't know. And then you've got Keegan York on the Shaw and Partners Financial Services, and brand new boat this year. It's taken some time to get a few of the teething issues sorted in that boat, and getting that consistent crew, which they're now going to get with Max Paul through to the end of the season, will definitely help. So, yeah, tricky one, huh?
Well, I think one of the things that you hit it on the head, that no boats really have kept the same crew throughout, especially some of the top performers. There have been crew changes for various reasons, skipper changes for various reasons. But two boats that have really had consistent crews, but not today really, is Balmain.
Yes.
They've been very strong, won the Australian titles. I know Henry Larkins is not here defeating what I've just said, but he's been away for 2 weeks. But they've been consistent up to and after Christmas. Lazarus is another boat that's performed very well. They were strong in the Australian titles and strong last week. So they're a couple of crews, and I think if it's light air too, the Rag and Famish boys, they're learning their way and stepping up.
The guys like Sixth and Vycobi as well,
Yep.
obviously put them in there. And Club Marine, Emma's really benefited from having a real stable crew this year and really been able to develop their boat. And
they've shown that they can perform, I think, on the big stage and win races. And Emma, as you said, with the Club Marine, she's won a heat of the States, she's won a heat of the Australians. So given their conditions, that they can perform, and that's what we need to make it a really good series. And I think no clear favourite at this stage for the JJs, which is only 3 or 4 weeks away. So we're watching, sorry to interrupt.
Captain Berger at the mast.
It's Berger coming back. This is this promotional boat. There's Berger. That's one of the Gundy boys there, 2 girls. I think they're promotional days are over. They're doing a movie, aren't they? How to Capsize? What's the movie about, Jimmy?
I think it's got something to do. I know it stars Hugo Weaving. We were.
Oh, that's the one we want to part in, isn't it?
Yeah, we applied.
What role would you play,
and we got denied.
We need some good-looking blokes, Pat. That's why we got you back.
Oh, dear. Well, I don't know, Jimmy, you'd be a little bit like old Captain Jack sort of thing, you'd be...
Mate, I'm a bit like Shippo, I think they want, don't want feather dusters, mate. They want roosters, so...
Well, that'll rule Dolly out.
Just give him a haircut. He's off. He'd be great.
Now, there's a boat that we need some consistency of. Shaw and Partners, we know how good Keegan can be. A little erratic at times, but given his day, he tied on points for the Australian title and lost it on account back. Won the Australian title a few years back. His buttons are still inverted at the top of the mainsail. He likes going and sailing along like that.
He likes that.
There, I just come right there, yes. So he's got another old stager with him today, and Dan Phillips on the sheet, along with Tom Anderson.
And I might add there, Earl Evans from Shaw and Partners, he's a competitive guy. He wants to do well, and there is pressure on that team. We can say what we want, but Earl likes to win, and there's definitely some pressure on that team to perform. So we'll be interested to see how they go.
Yeah, well, it's a long series, the Giltners. We've got, I think, 9 races. We've got... we start with an invitation race on the Friday, then a Saturday, Sunday, 1 heat each day, then I think 2 on the Tuesday, 2 on the Wednesday, 1 on the Thursday, then 1 again on the Saturday, 1 on the Sunday. So consistency will pay off, no doubt, on a 9-race series.
Have they asked you to do presentation night yet, Shippo, or are they waiting for Saturday night before the Sunday?
No, normally Sunday night at about
Sunday?
5 to 7. No,
Right.
I have declined this year, Jimmy.
Rightio.
I given them good notice. I'm on a plane the next day to some R&R leave.
Excellent. Now, just looking at the course here, Peter takes a bit of a drink of water. Breeze has died off. That initial spike we saw
Gone away.
has given away a little bit, but it's certainly still in there. But
Good big sail breeze though, Pat.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But our top marks are making their way down, which makes me...
Well, they got course 1 displayed 2 over 2, which there's nothing on my cheat sheet above your head.
Right,
Pat,
about a
that.
fixed mark is probably what I was trying to wonder. So yes,
all I can have it as a guess is course 1 is a start here, just off Double Bay, and we work our way up to the beach with buoy and Windward Lewards, I guess.
Right.
So straight up, straight down was the word on the street, I think.
Well, that's what they said when we left the dock, but what they tell us doesn't always occur, as we well know. But we'll wait and just see. We're waiting for the start of the Club Championship heat on the harbour. It's getting late-ish in the day. The time here in Sydney is just 3:30 on a Sunday afternoon, a grey old Sunday afternoon, as we're lucky off-camera a capsize on the
Black Knight.
Black Knight, the German boat. Did that yacht impede him? I'm not sure. He bore away. Joel Beechel steering. There they are, I think. Maybe that yacht, not sure. Anyway, we'll get them, hopefully get up as soon as they can with Trent Barnabas and Andy Martin. No sail insignia on that boat.
And just up the course, we've still got Beck Hancock trying to right their boat on Sotheby's, the Ballard Properties. So they're just
maybe
about 200 metres, 300 metres above the start line.
So maybe they're just waiting for Beck to try and get up and get back here to the starting area. We've got the AP flag is still up. It should be a good race, this. The breeze is up and down a little, over 10 knots, that is for sure. So it'll be a good test in this. We're all with a big sail on, big sail breeze. Harbour quite clear of yachts as Ballard Property still trying to right the skiff, as are the Black Knight, the Germans, slowly coming up. Takes a while. Here we go. Just almost there. And one man on the wing. And up they'll come, but just grabs the trapeze wire and brings it up. Okay, AP down on the committee boat.
Trent Barnabas just giving it a bit of a heave.
just one-handed.
One-handed.
Come here.
Good bloke. Good bloke to give it a heave if you want it.
Absolutely. He knows his way around a skiff. Okay, so a bit of action on the race committee vessel now.
So it's 1/2. What are we thinking here, Jimmy? Do you think?
Well, the talk was it was going to be Windward Lewards, correct, Pete?
Yeah.
So where we're situated is our normal sort of rough start area for the northeast course. I had a look with the binoculars. I couldn't see a mark set bot up in the vicinity of between the wedding cakes. All 3 of our top marks that we're using for the Three Boys Challenge, they're all returning back down here. So
I can just see actually that one of those 3 marks is now going back upwind at pace.
At pace.
If you can see that buoy there, there's 2 now in our vicinity, and there's a 3rd one now going back upwind, just past the Black Knight there.
Well, course starting flags are up. We're under 5 minutes to go. Is that the buoy just to the right of the Eastern Channel pile?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
I thought it looked like a boat.
It's not that far away, is it? It's a short.
I think it's still going upwind.
Well, you'd hope so, just to make it a bit of a longer race.
We'll make it up as we go anyway.
Well, we normally do, but... Well, we're just about to get 4 minutes away from a start in the Club Championship heat for the 18-footers. The Queen of the Waves has been run and won by Vycobi. A very, very outstanding performance. The good news is that Ballard Property Sotheby's is up and running back towards the starting line, and they don't want to tarry, but they should make the start. 4 minutes just over to go. So all eyes on, I guess, Balmain with Jack McCartney. Jordan Gertis in the Killer Coffee, Herman winning on Yandu, and Joel Beechel on Black Knight. They're the new skippers. The rest are the regular skippers. Got Dan Phillips on the sheet of Shaw and Partners, Flynn Toomey in Lazarus Capital Partners. We've got Trent Barnabas and Joel Beechel on the Black Knight. And the rest are mainly the same crews that we've seen throughout the year, but there's Yandu just running back towards us. Now remember, the boat with no sail insignia, that is the Black Knight from Germany, obviously trying out its new big rig. under the auspices of Baz Atkins, I believe, Jimmy.
I'd assume that Baz would have something to do with it, especially if Trent and Joel are involved today, because the Belmont Regatta is on today for the 16-footers. So I know the IME Barnabas build was up there yesterday competing, so for them to come back, I'd suggest that you are correct that Baz has got them involved to fill in.
Okay, we're just under 3 to go. Have we got that weather mark laid?
No,
It's moved.
it's moved. What I thought was the top mark was a vessel, so that's not correct.
The other thing too, Pete, there's no
course length or direction?
Length or direction on the back of the boat. So that's what makes me think we are going to go to the Beach Buoy 2 times. And
okay, so that's the weather mark, and back to Windward Leeward's a good beat then. There's one boat up here that's just got a spinnaker over the side that doesn't look as though it's going to make it. Royal Oak, I don't think they're going to make it.
Royal Oak Hotel. But
just over 2 minutes to go. They're well upwind and just plodding away with trying to get the spinnaker back. But anyway, we'll concentrate on the fleet. And we've got full fleet. It's going to be a good beat if this is the case.
And Shippo, just for the viewers at home, we'll put the QR code up one more time for the tracker. If they, for the viewers at home, if they can snap that on their phone and they can follow all the tech stuff and see the live leaderboard. And if all goes to plan, we'll have the live leaderboard up on your screen as well.
Okay, with 1 minute 42 to go, and I'm seeing a fairly big pack up at this windward end. I'm calling a slightly conservative start here, Peter. I feel like there's some time and distance issues going on.
There's another boat capsized down near the leeward pin, just getting themselves up. I can't... Who's that? Is it...
18footers Bar and Restaurant.
Oh, that's the 18-footer. Well, he's probably not going to make it, and certainly the Royal Oak is not going to make it. They're still upwind, still got a bit of a spinnaker over the side.
I did see Ballard Properties get back up, but they may be sailing back to the club.
Okay.
Just got information from Woody. It's the YA Market Nelson Park is what they're going to use.
Wow, that's going to be interesting. It's very close to the shore. Boy, okay, well, that's what we are told. So the beat will be up to Nielsen Park. So it's still a good beat.
Okay, 35 seconds to go, and we've got the fleet just starting to
line up
and get closer.
Heat 13 of the Club Championship, Heat 18 of the Club Point Score. And we're away with a day partner by Gotcha for Life. And we're almost away, 15 seconds. Up at the committee boat, Lazarus, he starts well up here. Down below him, Vycobi. Below them, Yandu. Balmain Prominent in the middle, and right down the leeward end Prominent is Club Marine 3-2. Oh, Club Marine look dicey. Have we got clear? Are we clear? I think we are. I think we are. No recall. No, we're away. We're away in the Club Championship Heat 13 for the 18s. We're away to Bradley's. Killer Coffee missed the start and quickly on to port, as is the 18-footers. They did make the start. Who's missed the start? Is this Smeg? Smeg have missed it. They missed it
Ballard
badly.
Properties are heading into
Ballard Properties, no start. Smeg have missed it by about a good 2 minutes.
So great start by Club Marine. They really nailed their start down the pit end. And Vycobi also got a great start up at the boat end.
And in the middle, it's Yandu, Kitchen Maker, and Balmain looks strong. Yandu looks strong, especially in the middle. Herman winning steering. There they are.
Royal Oak there heading back down
Royal
to the
Oak,
start.
a non-starter. And also up to windward Vycobi. They got a bit of confidence after the Queen of the Waves race. The breeze is about 12 knots here. A little bit of white caps. And there's a little bit more breeze coming, I think. But it's Yandu trying to get out from underneath Vycobi. The breeze a little bit left of northeast here. They're not laying into Bradley's, really. A few boats will start to bail out. Kitchen Maker's already decided to come out. Gotcha for life. And then Club Marine, as you said, down at the leeward end, it's very, very nicely positioned. It's up to windward of the boats that we're looking at. Lazarus and Yandu and Vycobi.
I can confirm the Royal Oak did go back to the line and they now started.
Oh, well, they're all giving it a big start. Kitchen Maker coming across on port. Gotcha for life on port. Now, it's the old story. When can you cross to come back across the fleet?
No.
If you get too far in there, you really get chicken winged up. Club Marine have done a terrific job. Skipped away from the fleet. Sixth have got to bail out early. I think the two leaders will be Vycobi, Yandu.
And they are just tacking now on the port there, Club Marine.
Okay, this is the interesting cross now. Oh, there's a dip, big dip going on the Rag and Famish. Now, Club Marine, we'll see them in a moment. Club Marine are behind Balmain. They're taking the stern, as is the Black Knight. There's Club Marine. They'll be behind Yandu, and they'll have to go behind Vycobi. It's the old trap. You get down to Lewin, you've got to get a lane to get back, and they got trapped there. There's the Black Knight coming across with no sail insignia. They're behind Vycobi. Now, it's whether Yandu can cross Vycobi here for the lead. Yandu going as far in as they can to Bradley's. You'll see the lighthouse in a moment. There's the lighthouse. They haven't got much further to go. Can they cross Vycobi? They'll go as far as they can. Try and look for the bit of a left-hander. No, I don't think they can, or can they? No, they're doing a duck. So Vycobi, of the group that started up to windward, lead. And there's a lot of the fleet gone out into the middle towards Shark Island. We'll pick them up shortly. Vycobi tacks. So he's the leader of the group that have gone to the left. A little bit down pressure here at the Bradleys. Not there. I spoke too soon. Oh, someone fell off.
We've got Kirk Mitchell.
The skipper fell off. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Was that Kirk or Dan?
No.
Oh dear.
I think it was
Dan
Andrew.
Barnett.
I think it was Andrew because he took the main sheet with him, wasn't it?
Oh dear. Oh, that's disappointing. When
The old
absolutely.
sheet hand hold on to this for everything.
Well, they'll get up quickly, but it's still really had an advantage back to Yandu, Balmain, Club Marine and the Black Knight. So, yeah, there's the three leaders. Jack McCartney at the helm of Balmain, Herman Winnie at the helm of Yandu, doing a fine job, and then down to Lewin, Joel Beechel at the helm of the Black Knight. No sail insignia, then right down on Shark Island. Jacob Marks in sixth. The breeze is only about 10, 11, 12 knots.
And the Kitchen Maker has capsized just obviously an attack over near Shark Island there, Pete.
Well, Vycobi are up and running, but they're giving him a big start now. These are three leaders.
Yeah, Yandu looking pretty solid up here in the middle with Balmain.
Oh, it's little white caps between here and the weather mark. There's plenty of them. So they're going to the YA buoy for those that need it. The Yachting Association buoy or Sailing Association buoy up at Nielsen Park.
Pretty close to shore there, I imagine, Peter.
So, yeah, I'm just getting confirmation. Look, Nelson YA, Shark Island, Clark Island, Nelson, finish.
Say that again.
So, going to this YA mark, then around Shark Island, down to Clark Island, back to Nelson, straight back down to Clark for the finish.
Right, so they go round Shark Island this time.
And there's your live leaderboard up there on the screen.
The breeze is up here. Most we've seen it all afternoon. We've probably got 12 or 13 knots, and Herman Winnie doing a fine job back at the helm of Yandu. A famous yachting name in skipper and in boat. Yandu and the Winnings, famous for so many years on the harbour. Herman's grandfather, Choco Winnie, his father, Woody Winning, and we're looking at the Black Knight just tacking down off Shark Island, but they're well behind Yandu now.
And just over on the left-hand side of the course, off screen at the moment, we've got a pack with Club Marine, Shore and Partners and Balmain, all heading left and with an incoming Manly ferry. So we'll see how that plays out.
The fleet have split up pretty quickly. Remember, Vycobi was probably in the lead when he capsized at Bradley's, but there's Shore and Partners and Club Marine going into Taylor's Bay, and Balmain who are vying for third place, they're going into the left also. So we go to Nielsen Park. So that'll be a starboard rounding, will it?
Yeah, well, YA marks have to be a starboard rounding.
Well, that'll be tricky. You'll have to almost jibe set.
Jibe set, you have to. It's almost in the shark net there.
Never let you down, this 18-footer racing. There's the 18-footer bar and restaurant. Simon Nern, sailing day. He's the Commodore of the 18-footers. And here's Brett Van Munster and his team aboard Fisher Paykel, Tom Quigley and Logan Radford.
He's going for attack right now.
And up ahead, Lazarus getting themselves into good position. There's Lazarus off the leeward side of Yandu. These two boats going into towards Steel Point, and it looks to me that Yandu has opened up a very, very big lead. The boats that got into Taylor's Bay don't look as though they've done much good at all.
No, the right-hand side looks to have been very favourable here.
Absolutely. It brought Lazarus into play as well.
Well, I'm wondering whether the guys that are right over in Taylor's know where the YA mark is.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't be overcooked, I don't think. But gee, Yandu looks impressive, high and fast. If you're high and fast, it's a pretty good mode to be in.
But because this mark is so far on the right-hand side of the course, it does lend to the right-hand side of the course, coming into play. So you're right. It's a good question to ask there, Jimmy. I do wonder whether anyone knows where this mark actually is on the harbour.
Well, unless you pretty much say sail on a Wednesday afternoon or a Thursday twilight, this mark doesn't get used a hell of a lot.
Looking back at the fleet, I can't believe how much Yandu seems to have stepped out.
Lazarus just going for attack here.
A real spiky bit of breeze coming to him. Hang on to it, Tommy.
Tommy Cuny.
Yeah.
Nailed it there.
Yep. Yandu's sort of tacked on their gas. There they are. That's the gap. I'd say certainly Yandu leads by plenty. Yeah, the left might have got overcooked up there. Breeze got a little bit into the left. And they're about 80 metres downwind of the windward mark. Yes, right in Nielsen Park.
You think they'd use the old blinker buoy rounding shipper like back in the day?
Back in the day, that's right. Not many spectators at Nielsen Park today. It's been a grey old drizzly day.
Your grandstand's empty there.
Good grandstand.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to get their jibe in pretty quick. It's going to be a jibe set.
Well, I don't think there's... You're right, Jimmy. The boats that have gone to the left don't know where they're going. They're way overcooked. They'll have the jockey pole in now to come down to this mark. They're so far overlaid. No?
You have to explain what a jockey pole is to a few of the viewers.
I'm sure some of them know.
Well, given the...
Well, Yandu about to round. The boys had a bit of a ding along. Look at the YA boy there, that cylindrical yellow boy. Yandu leads by plenty. He's going to be... These boats don't know the course. The boats that are going in the left. Yandu's around. He'd be straight into a jibe, I think. Capsize. Jibe or a capsize. Oh. Okay, he's round right at Steel Point. It's laid right in at Nielsen Park. So they're into a spinnaker straight away. Some of the leaders are still going up high into Clifton Gardens. They've got no idea where they're going. We assume Yandu knows the course. And Lazarus is overcooked. He's gone up the middle. Tommy's in two minds where to go. And what's going to happen? Rag and Famish or Shore and Partners are going to be second. But Yandu has opened up a massive lead. And Vykobi's come into play. Now some of the leaders have realised what they should be doing.
Yeah, Shore and Partners and Lazarus have twigged. They've seen Yandu and
look at them all come in. Now, Yandu are going to lead by minutes here.
Okay, they're all starting to bear away now. They've all managed to see what's going on
But not the Black Knight. He's still going upwind. He's going to be last. But anyway, Lazarus will be second. He's sprung sheets. He's got the jockey pole in. Keegan York, Shore and Partners. Don't know where Kegs is going.
Now, grab your popcorn here, guys.
And then up ahead, Yandu is jibe to go into Shark Island. Okay. Tom Cuny gets Lazarus round in second, straight into a jibe as quick as they can. Shore and Partners, here comes Keegan. York, he's third. Rag and Famish fourth.
Yep.
18-footers will be next, and then Vykobi.
After having a swim, we're back in the game.
A big time in that.
Woody, you're going to have to move, mate.
Vykobi around the outside of Simon Nern and the 18-footers. Okay, and all these boats now have realised that went up the left-hand side of the harbour, or the western channel, they've just gone into Clifton Gardens. They're so far overlaid, it's just it's just become a procession now. They're all reaching in.
Balmain just coming in now in front of Gotcha for Life.
Oh,
18-footers just in front of us, 18-footers.
Chicken winged.
What are we going to save it?
Save it, okay. Balmain round, Gotcha for Life around. So you'd have to ask how some knew the course and some didn't.
Oh, here we go. Gotcha for Life.
Gotcha for Life. Hang on to
Landed
it,
it.
Jordan Gertis.
Well done, Commodore.
Okay, so the battle really is on for second. Yandu has opened up a massive lead. They're almost in the giant mark at Shark Island. Early jibe on the Rag and Famish. They've done a good job. Lazarus second, the most lurid of that group. Then Shaw and Partners and Rag and Famish up to windward. That's the battle for the minor placings as Yandu have streaked away.
I think Lazarus are going to be pretty tight coming into Shark Island here.
They're pretty tight now.
Shaw and Partners as well. Rag and Famish should be well placed.
Might have judged the lay line pretty well.
Now, just up ahead here, obviously on Vycobie at the moment. They're rolling in behind that pack ahead of them. But Lazarus just really doing it tough here to lay.
But what's happened off camera, we're watching Yandu almost at the jibe mark and basically run out of wind. It's very light. And these three are absolutely powering down on Yandu. He's just jibed and it's quite light here at Shark Island. You can see the tight lay line on basically all three of these, especially the two to Leeward, Lazarus and Shaw and Partners. There's Yandu. He's down back to three strings, back towards the starting area. So they go round there, then back to Nielsen, and then the run to the finish. So it's quite disappointing. It's really, by the fleet not knowing the course, has really spread eagle the fleet.
This light air has just helped Lazarus and Shaw and Partners be able to get enough height to lay Shark Island here. So certainly that's definitely helped them out a little bit. They were struggling before, but this light pressure has just allowed them to put their bow up to lay the YA mark here at Shark Island. But Rag and Famish just in a little puff there now.
Yeah, they're second. Ben Crawford done a very good job, just ahead of Lazarus. Then Vycobie after their capsize and sort of knowing the course. Oh, Rag and Famish in a screamer trying to get to the mark. They'll get there just. Vycobie have put themselves in a really good position here. They'll be fifth. So Lazarus coming down in third spot. Rag second. Lazarus jibing.
Shaw and Partners just going for a jibe now. Followed by Vycobie, but pretty light in here, Peter.
Yeah, right at Shark Island. But meanwhile, ahead of the fleet, Yandu have now added a good pressure. They're just smoking towards the Leeward mark at Clark. But the battle is on, battle royal for the minor placings, with Vycobie in the picture and Balmain not that far off it. You can see how light it is up the top. Here's sixth and Balmain with the orange spinnakers have run right out of pressure. So the lead is 530 metres, half a kilometre lead to Yandu, and very tight, obviously, for the minor placings. You can see the fleet just drifting down here. The breeze has lifted off and back behind him. Here comes Smeg in a screaming gust. They missed the start by plenty, but they're now back in the picture.
Looking down the course, though, Shippers, it does look a lot lighter down there than it was at the start.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it's been a funny day, hasn't it, all round? Okay, next to jibe is Balmain. And Smeg have got themselves in between Balmain and sixth. Gotcha for Life is there, and also the blue spinnaker belonging to the 18-footer.
They were looking all right at the top mark, but I think they had a few issues on the run.
You can see how light it is there for Balmain and no pressure at all. So Yandu approaching the leeward mark. There they are, way in the distance.
Okay. Well, there's a chasing pack right down there. Lazarus, Rag and Famish, Shore and Partners, and Vycobi.
It's not massive pressure, is it? They're just hanging on the wires there. They're not overpressed. So we might get a time on this, Pat, at the leeward mark, just to see what happens.
Yandu are just coming. They've gone a very conservative drop, but they're just rounding now.
Okay, I've got the clock running.
Yep.
Now here's the battle of the miners. Lazarus, Rag and Famish, Shore and Partners, and Vycobi.
Well, now they know where the top mark is on this next beat.
Well, that was a shambles, wasn't it?
They can have another go at it.
An absolute shambles. Only it looked about 2 or 3 boats knew where the weather mark was on this very different course. The rest probably thought they were going to beach or buoy. They were going up, way up in the left-hand side of the course on the western side of the harbour.
Well, that's where I had us going, Pete. So we would have been almost at the length of our lens pull on the camera to get the.
We'd have an extended jockey pole out to get back there, but anyway, we've got the time running. It's nearly coming up to a minute that Yandu is around, but Lazarus will probably roll over the top of the Rag to get second at the mark. Yeah, it's going to be a late drop, I think, on the Lazarus, just to consolidate their second position.
And with Shore and Partners also just knocking their spinnaker off here as well.
Vycobi, close enough, if good enough. So Lazarus still to get the spinnaker down and in. Oh, a bit messy. Lazarus around. The delta is 1:26. So remember that for next time. Oh, Lazarus still got the spinnaker tangled around the mast. Rag's clear. Shore and Partners clear. So only boat lengths between these three, and then about 3 boat lengths back is Vycobi.
Very early drop on the Vycobi.
Oh, that's all right. They're clean.
I think that's an area I spoke to Kurt this week. They want to try and push harder there. They know that they're giving up some serious time at these bottom mark roundings. So it's still an area of improvement from my observation.
So do they hang in there and run up the exhaust pipe of these boats? But that's the next. So the real battle of 4 boats for the minor placings, and next will be Smeg. Then the 2 orange spinnakers belonging to 6th and Balmain. Fair gap to these boats. And then after them, the blue spinnaker is 18 footers. There's Smeg, Ash Rooklyn. Then the boat with the Yandu spinnaker is the Germans, the Black Knight with Joel Bichel. Just ahead of him, there's Smeg, 6th, Balmain, 18 footers.
Just getting a message through from Cub Barnett, Shippo, to you, saying that you'll also need a stump as well. So
absolutely. He'd have a few under his house, I reckon, from his old man. Anyway, we'll get back to our trivia later, but it's a ferry coming down. It's going to cross ahead of the group of Lazarus, Rag and Famish, Shore and Partners of Vycobi. There's the ferry. He has right of way. But the ferry is across. The Rag's showing some nice speed down there. Come out.
Lazarus got someone out on the bow.
Man in the bow. Or further than the bow, out on the end of the pole. What's they done there? Is the tack line fouled in some way, perhaps, you'd think? Yeah.
That's Flynn Twomey. Flynn Twomey out on the bow there.
Well, he's tall enough to get there. He doesn't have to lean. Rag and Famish.
Oh, now he's fallen. He's fallen.
That's not looking good on the Lazarus, is it? He's hanging on.
Got back on.
They're right down the back. Mark and Tom are right down the back. Okay, Finn's back on. Meanwhile, Shore and Partners and Vycobi saw what was happening ahead, and they've tacked away onto port. Rag still going in. Oh, he's run out of wind, the Rag. Lazarus might get across him here on starboard. But anyway, we're on Yandu, going into Bradley's. Yeah, Lazarus has crossed Rag and Famish off camera, but Yandu going up the Bradley's head shore, the eastern side. The breeze is up again here.
Yeah,
10 or 12 knots, maybe 11 knots.
Another little spike. I noticed the Yandu chose to get back to the left-hand side of the course. Obviously saw the ferry coming as well. But, you know, probably he only needs to go a little further and he might not be far off the lake.
No, that's right. The breeze a little bit in the left, probably a little bit left of northeast.
Yep, absolutely.
So it was hard to gauge them, but before everyone realised I was sailing the wrong course, Yandu looked strong and very convincing. But he's so far ahead now that it's a little bit hard to read into all of this. But he's in front, and that's where he wants to be. Nice tack off Bradley's, punching out now to a few little waves. There's a ferry coming down from Manly who will pass to windward of him.
Looking at the live leaderboard, Vykobi got himself up into third at one stage there, so...
Yeah, well, they tacked off quickly with Shaw and Partners, but Lazarus still second on our tracker. You'll see a ferry approaching Yandu, clear enough to windward to not prevent a problem. So going up to the weather mark at Nielsen Park, yeah, that's right, Nielsen Park. Then we believe we round there, starboard rounding, and then back to the finish at Clark Island. And Herman winning, Fang Warren and Louis Brake doing it pretty nicely. Perfect big sail conditions now, plenty of wind, and this rather big strong crew in Louis Brake and Fang, supported by Herman. Almost not quite on a ley line, I wouldn't think, but not far off it. The ferry passing ahead now. And the battle really is for second, and I think at the moment Lazarus is probably in the second position, and Shaw and Partners ahead of Rag and Famish, but that's Shark Island.
Yeah, we've got Shaw and Partners and Vykobi both coming back from the right. It would appear that Lazarus and Rag and Famish are still ahead, although Rag's just
Rag's tacked under. Vykobi might have had rights there with him. Well, I did have rights, but did he put him about? He may have, and Vykobi might have got themselves up into third or fourth position. They're showing us 4, Rag 3, Lazarus 2, and Vykobi 4th, Shaw Partners 5. But okay, this is a good race here for the miners.
I'm liking the way Rag and Famish are sailing this race. They've been keeping in the mix.
Yeah, they look quick.
Going very nicely. So good to see some form from the mighty Rag and Famish.
Quite choppy the water here at the moment, a bit of ferry wake and powerboat wake. So hopefully they know the course now, these boys. No overlay this time.
The Yandu on screen, just looking pretty
Very nice.
comfortable with a big lead there.
Nice profile in those sails.
Seems to go pretty well no matter who steers that thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty potent weapon.
I'm available next week.
Careful what you wish for. That can really show you up.
Do you think there's an audition program going on at the moment on the Yandu?
Well, we'll see, but they're a minute 26 ahead of the at the leeward mark, Yandu. And Lazarus off in second spot, down off Clark. There's the really good shot of the 4 contenders for the minor placings. You take your pick, really. Lazarus to windward, then Vykobi, then Rag, then Shaw and Partners. And then not far behind is Smeg, then Balmain, and then 6th. So when do you go back? That's the trick.
Yeah, I don't mind the left-hand side. We're obviously moving up this left-hand side of the course in the camera cat. There looks to be some pressure. Whether you can get yourself the nice ley line all the way back to the right, or whether you go where Yandu are going, which is over to the far right of the course into Rose Bay. And
he doesn't look too high on Podium there, Yandu. He's just got enough up his sleeve. He's headed a little bit.
Plenty up his sleeve, Shipper.
Yeah.
Not a little.
Okay, well, Rag has tacked. Shaw and Partners have tacked. Oh, Vykobi's got himself into third here.
Yeah, good upwind speed on the Vykobi. They're just tacking there now.
Okay, and they're going to converge with Lazarus, who is still in second spot. Okay, So no duck needed on Vycobi. Lazarus clear enough ahead. So again, the consistent form of Lazarus as he's been since Christmas and really all year. He's been there or thereabouts. Just tacking. Well, it's a line in 4 here. Look at this. This is wonderful here.
I think Tom Koenig said, I think I might just lamp on all of you guys.
I'll show you who's boss here. You'll see him in a moment. We'll just pan away to the left. We'll see him. There they are.
There they are.
Give you a bit of a gas to Rag. I think Vycobi's clear air. But certainly in clear air is Yandu up off Steel Point. And there's a few streaks of wind. There's nothing solid consistently in this breeze. Yandu way ahead.
Yeah, looking pretty nice and out of the right up there. So it is a drag race to the right here for this pack of 4.
They're not really high on port here. Breeze gone back to a true nor'easter. Yandu about to go up a couple of, probably about 50 or 60 metres before he tacks, I would think. Just having a look at it now. Herman Winning steering back on the wood. There's the lead. It's about 400 metres. That's the Nielsen Park blinker, the top of the screen. Looking away to North Head and a grey old day on the harbour, nor'easterly breeze. Now, there's the tack coming up to lay into the YA buoy. The boat's coming back from the middle or left of the harbour. Okay, Vycobi's first to bail out. Not a great tack there. They'll cross Shore and Partners and Rag and Famish.
I think Vycobi was just getting too much dirty air on Lazarus there. Had to get out.
Yeah.
But, well, we're only seeing about sort of roughly, 8 to 10 knots up here. So
it's not that
conditions.
strong. Not that strong.
Shore and Partners on screen there. They're holding a nice lane. I imagine Keegan's going to go all the way in here if he can.
But you can see where the breeze runs out just near Steel Point here, Pat. So they're getting more in the nor'east. You don't want to go in there too far.
It looks good going in on port, but it could be horrible coming out on starboard if you go too far. A bit like Bradley said, the opposite way round.
Here's Yandu rounding the top mark now.
Got the clock running, and he's around now. Okay, clock is running. Yandu to jibe and then run to the finish with a couple of jibes. Okay, he's jibes, clean, Rag and Famish tacking. And it's a few little spikes of 12 knots at the point. Nice set and nice jibe and then set on Yandu. This polished crew of Louis Brake and Fang Warren supporting Herman Winning very, very well today. And here's a battle. Now Vycobi is coming out the middle of the harbour, and Lazarus will still hold second place. Oh, he's tacked short of Vycobi, I think.
I think to leeward, it would appear.
So this will be interesting.
Just also off screen, off the pack of this 4, there's just 2 other chasing boats that have closed in on this pack. Smeg and Balmain have definitely pulled themselves a little bit closer to this pack of 4, so see what happens.
Yes, Smeg with Ash Brooklyn and Steve Thomas and Niall Morrow, and Balmain with Jack McCartney skippering along with Tom Grimes and Lockie Private. This is the battle for the minor placings. Now,
have they laid here, Peter?
Can Lazarus lay, or have they laid? And it's quite windy again here at this. I think they're... Are they a bit short, Lazarus? It's hard to say. Anyway, they're holding their height on the Vycobi. Lazarus would be in a bit of a squeeze, mate. I think they'll do it. Yeah, Vycobi looks as though he's a little bit sprung. So we'll watch them go around. The lead already, 1:50. Where's the mark? Are they laying?
They look pretty good here.
Yeah, I think Lazarus will lay.
The old YA mark needs a bit of maintenance, Shipper.
TLC. Okay, Lazarus round, 2 minutes and counting, 2 minutes and 5. Good lay line, both these boats. Vycobi third, Lazarus second. The battle is on here. Lazarus around and jibe. Vycobi in a good puff. And not far astern is Rag and Famish and Shaw and Partners. Then Balmain's caught up, as has Smeg.
And 6 not far behind either, Pete.
Okay, good set by Vycobi out of there.
Beauty. They've rolled the top of Lazarus. So it's a run to the finish now. The finish at Clark on. Great crew work on the Vycobi. Rolled right over the top of Lazarus. The rest around, Rags around and Jibe. Shaw and Partners around with a good spinnaker set on the Shaw and Partners, as is on the Rag. Great set on those two. So the distance now is a kilometre that Yandu leads. He's running right into the lighthouse of Bradley's. Probably one Jibe and home. But the battle now is we're watching Smeg and Balmain Jibe at Nielsen Park. Ashbrookland's round. Balmain is around, not yet, yes. Okay, the race is on to home. They're bound for home. Yandu leads convincingly, over 2 minutes ahead. Just jived off Bradley's head on this truncated course today. This is where the battle is. Back for the Miners.
Yeah, look at Shaw and Partners and the Ragged Famish just have a bit of new pressure and just driving through a little bit lower angle than
absolutely flying.
And Vycobi.
Yeah, they're low, they're deep. So game on here. But game on certainly at the head of the fleet. This impressive Yandu outfit are taking it home in great style. They're homeward bound. Welcome back home and winning. It's been impressive. Notwithstanding that half the fleet didn't know the course, but nonetheless it was well ahead before they realised that sailed the wrong course, a lot of the fleet. But here's Yandu, about 200 metres, 300 metres from the finish in Double Bay.
That's 2 from 2, Pete, for Herman winning. He's only had 2 sails this season.
Well, there you go.
Stop while you're ahead.
He's got a pretty tight lay into the finish, I might
he
just
might
add.
have overcooked a whisker.
But there's more pressure coming down for them, so I think they'll make it. But
yeah, give Louis Brake something to do. Big, strong fella, he can just bend his back and get into it. Yeah, they're a little bit short. I think they'll get up there.
Yeah, they're looking all right now.
They're looking pretty comfortable. A few waves to negotiate. They're through it. So the Heat 13 of the Club Championship belonging to Yandu. Very impressive. Away from Herman. Welcome back. Or welcome home. They're through. Yandu. Just get a time on this. It'll be plenty.
Well, solid performance by Yandu. You know, not only they were looking solid out of that start and they had a great first beat, but importantly, they found the top mark first.
Yeah, didn't put a foot wrong. And now we're seeing another Yandu spinnaker running down, which is the
Black Knight.
Black Knight. They're being lapped.
Yeah.
Now there's Yandu, the winner.
So it's a battle between Lazarus and Vycobi.
At the moment, it looks like Vycobi. There's Kirk Mitchell. Where's Lazarus? Oh, Lazarus has jibed earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, it might not be as clear-cut as I thought. Lazarus up to
There's
win.
the live leaderboard up on screen for the viewers at home.
Okay,
I think it's going to be
narrowly.
a tight battle between these two. It just depends whether Lazarus can get down to the in one jibe, which, given the pressure they're in now...
Yeah, he probably can, I think, at the moment, Pat.
Yeah.
It's Lazarus and Vycobi. Yeah, Lazarus, as he did last week, jibed early and carried the pressure down, but it's tight, very tight. We'll line them up and we'll see what we've got here.
He's got some nice pressure, Peter, on Lazarus, so it's certainly
But is he too high?
Lazarus.
At the moment, he doesn't look too high, but he's got the speed on Vycobi at the moment.
get the photo finish. Camera out. It's going to be close.
Yeah, the leeward end is closer, but I think at the moment Lazarus is doing it in style. Again, Tom Cuning. Consistent, Mr. Consistency.
Mark Chabon and Flynn Toomey. Remember, Flynn had to go down and climb out the bounce sprint on that second beat. So really good race by these guys.
Don't forget they won the Balmain Cup a weekend or so back. And here they are again, coming into second. I think they're going to do it here. Yeah, they've judged this very nicely. So Lazarus, second by Kobe. A good effort, good all-round day for them, winning the Queen of the Waves, and now third in the club championship after capsizing at Bradley's Head.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Always a good day to get back on the podium after a capsize. A third place for Kobe.
And now a good battle. Rag and Famish will get fourth, not far out of it. Ben Crawford, very good.
Great result by the Rag. And definitely.
And then Shaw and partners 5. Keegan York with Dan Phillips, a veteran.
Just going to lay that finish there.
He'll sleep well tonight, Dan Phillips. And now good battle for 6th between Smeg, who jibed early, and Balmain. Jack McCartney. Here's a go. Who's it going to be here? Smeg, closer to the pin. Oh.
Very close. Oh, I think Balmain for me.
Oh.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
We
there,
go Balmain.
But photo finish and good comeback by both of those two boats, I might add. They really did a nice job. And here we go, we've got 6.
Jacob Marks coming down in 6 with Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. And then a fair gap. Then
Club Marine, yes.
Emma Rankin. Well, she's never far out of it, Emma.
There's 6. Good finish there for Jacob Marks. Alex Marinelli.
Yep. 6th is 8th today. We can't get you into a 6th today.
6, 7 or 8.
So Club Marine.
Followed by, I think, is that 18footers? Bar and Grill. And Fisher and Pykle.
Okay, is there any more after these boats with spinnakers? Jimmy, there's someone, any still one going upwind still?
Yeah, I can see Gotcha for Life up there.
Yeah, just gone around the top mark.
Okay,
we'll
concentrate on Emma Rankin and Club Marine. Nice job. That's a great shot overhead coming to the finish with 18footers and then Fisher Pykle.
And for the viewers at home, again, do not forget to jump online and support Gotcha for Life. You can do that either via the QR code or via the website, Pat.
Yes, gotchaforlife.org/donate. So great cause, definitely worth getting online there. So
give when you can. Please do, as we watch Club Marine take 9th position. And Simon Nern, good day out for him with Nick Livermore and Max Herkovics on the 18-footer bar and restaurant.
Is this Simon's first sale of the year, Pete? I think it is.
I think at first race he was out on that
prop equity.
Prop equity a few weeks back, but
so he had a little training run before today.
Okay, he's across. Then here comes Club Marine across. Then the 18-footers.
Both these boats have got to do a job to get into the finish here.
Oh, anything could happen here.
Here we go.
There's Brett Van Munster. Wily old campaigner. Okay, the 18-footer bar and restaurant's jibed. So it's probably their best race of the year, I think.
Fantastic to see. And just behind them, we've got Killer Coffee Company.
Okay, Jordan Gertis with Max Voss and Nick Rosenhaus.
And we've got the Kitchen Maker behind them.
Okay, so Fisher Pykle are 11th. And then who we got coming next? Did you say the Killer Coffee?
The Killer Coffee Company. Best coffee you'll ever need. Get you started.
And the prop equity spinnaker that is coming down, that is the Royal Oak. It's not the prop equity boats. So.
Okay, so that would mean that we've got Killer Coffee Company followed by the Royal Oak But Royal Oak still need to get a jibe in, whereas the Kitchen Maker are on lay to the finishing line. So
Yep.
we can't call that one yet.
So the Killer are going to be 12th. Nice, comfortable lay into the finish.
Yeah, because when I was saying the prop equity Spinnaker, like they went past us during the start sequence with no main on. I'm going, that's not a bad comeback.
It makes it a bit tricky for us, doesn't it? But
Okay.
actually, they've got a good jibe, so Killer.
Yeah.
Coffee Company just crossing the line. Jordan Curtis.
It's
On
across.
the- Max Voss and Nick. So great day by them.
Royal Oak covering off now on the jibe, and they'll be jibing ahead of Kitchen Maker. So the Royal Oak 13.
Hugo Stoner, Zam Scrimgeour and Dan Watson. So well done to the Royal Oak.
And then the Kitchen Maker 14.
Lockie Steele, Nathan and Finn.
There's just one to come, is there? Is that all we've got here?
I think it's a mighty Gotcha for Life coming down
it's-
here.
They're the race partner today, so we'll follow them home, I would think, would be only appropriate. This wonderful charity, and please give if you can. It's the Kitchen Maker going across the line. And is there no one else after Gotcha for Life, Jimmy? Is there? I don't think. Or is
No,
there?
there's not, Pete.
Okay.
So we'll just get in position for Gotcha for Life and
So
go from there.
the Black Knight didn't finish. So
Can't quite describe that emotion? Finally, there's a word for it. And at the Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym, there's a workout for it too. Download the app for free today.
And there she is, the Gotcha for Life, just on their final approach. I think they might still need to squeeze in a jibe to get through the finish line, but I think they had a swim somewhere along the course there, but
Nitro will let you know if they didn't. You know that.
right. Okay, they're about 50 metres from home, so they'll round off the day. The race partners, Gotcha for Life charity.
Kate Morgan, Graham Fairburn and Isaac Marnie. So
Oh no, they got one and in, I think, haven't they? Yeah,
There they
there they go. Oh, hang on to it, boys.
there we go.
Okay, they're through.
Nice work.
They got that batten problem at two.
Yeah, pull the main on, they'll be right.
Beauty.
Okay, they're through.
They're through, and
Well
the
done.
ferry's just going to go in front of them.
Okay,
The mighty Fred Hollows. There we go.
well, what a day. Had a bit of everything. Certainly the Queen of the Waves was a really fun day out for the girls. And Vycobi provided the Queen of the Waves, Emma Collins, with the boys of Vycobi, Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson, Daniel Barnett winning from Club Marine, Emma Rankin, and Balmain third, with Jack McCartney steering today. And then we got the girls, or the Queens, off the boats, and then we had Heat 13 of the Club Championship, which is a very interesting race, really, because half or two-thirds of the boats didn't know the course, which is probably a fundamental error if you don't know the course, but it was a tricky one. But the day really belonged to Yan Du. I mean, he was in front before a lot of the guys got it all tangled up and didn't know where to go. But Yan Du, with Herman winning back, along with Fang Warren and Louis Brake, did a fantastic job in winning, and they won handsomely by over 2 minutes from Lazarus, Tom Koenig, and Vycobi third, Kirk Mitchell. So, Pat Langley, your thoughts on today? It was interesting. Had a little snakes and ladders, didn't it?
It sure did. I think today was good for the crews in general to have lots of mark roundings, short course, lots of starts. Well, 2 starts, but lots of mark roundings, more the point. And I think that's good at this time of year to really serve them well. We had some spiky breeze. We had some up pressure and some down pressure, which I think kept them on their toes. But certainly in that final race, the navigation issue and finding the top marks was pretty much key to the victory. And and Yandu, obviously, they already had a pretty nice lead. So well done, but also well done to Lazarus and Vycobi, who had some issues in their race. Obviously, Lazarus had a bowsprit issue, and Vycobi capsized, so they did well to come back to second or third. But Jimmy, how about yourself?
Mate, I totally agree with what you said, Pat. Right time of year to be sharpening up all the skills, all the sharp, short turnarounds, and a couple of the boats that stood out to me. That one being Club Marine. Emma's always been afraid to go uprange. She got through today quite well. I'm really liking what I'm seeing there. The likes of the guys on the Vycobi to come back from a swim in a short course format to get back to third. That's pretty well done. The guys on Lazarus, that's amazing. They're just they're really stepping up at the right time. And you got to remember, they've sailed most of this season, Pat, without their full crew. They've just as someone's coming back, someone else goes away. So they've got a hell of a lot to look at on their card and go, we're in good stead. And of course, you can't take anything away from the Yandu. They're just an absolute powerhouse with Louis and Fang in there, and then Herman is no slouch, and he just gets to jump into the Ferrari and turn the key over and let her rip. So
he knows how to drive it.
But it's been good, and I think probably the most important thing to me today is our sponsor of the day, Gotcha for Life. Super awesome charity, and they do some amazing work in the community, and they're trying to broaden their horizons. And as we've sort of been, I know it's sort of sounded like we've been banging on about it all day, but it's something that particularly men, we don't like to open up about things, and that's what this charity is all about. And download that app. If you can spare anything, please jump on and do donate to them. They are a wonderful charity with a great message to get out to the world.
Well, thank you, boys. Pat Langley, lovely to have you back here this week. Always enjoy your company and your insightful comments. I'm sure you've enjoyed today. The Vycobi boys had a great day, didn't they? Queen of the Waves and third in the championship. Pretty good day out.
The curse is over.
Don't come back.
We only had to send you to Fiji to break the curse.
Don't come back. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. A day of we didn't think it'd be too exciting, but it turned out certainly the opposite. Plenty of thrills and spills. And next week, we're back with another scratch race for a point score race. But it is a scratch start. No three boys, a full-length course. So we hope you can join us then. So I think we'll say goodbye from the harbour. A grey old harbour, not many boats out, that's for sure. The 18s have gone home. Vycobi winning the Queen of the Waves for Emma Collins. Yandu winning the Club Championship heat. So on behalf of Jimmy Bury, Pat Langley and all the Sail Media team, Peter Shipway, good afternoon from Sydney Harbour.